Thank you so much for waiting, guys. So we are pleased to announce that we have Mr. Harshit Agrawal joining us from KIT University, and I would like to hand this session over to you, sir. I hope you all will have a fruitful session.
Thank you, Priyanka. So I hope I'm audible. I'll just share my screen as well. So can you just confirm, Priyanka, whether I'm audible and you're able to see my screen? Can you just confirm one? Or anyone can write in the chat if they are able to see my screen and listen to me. Great. Uh, so I I hope all of you are a little bit aware about Complex Scholarship. We'll be starting uh, from scratch. We'll be talking about Complex Scholarship. I know a lot of you are also preparing for study in India and have the Pragati exam on this Sunday as well. First of all the best for your exam, the Pragati exam. I hope you have selected KIT as a first choice, and in case you get selected on the scholarship, I look forward to meeting you all in the KIT campus. Now, regarding Complex Nepal scholarship, similar to Study in India, there is another scholarship which is given by Government of India. So it is another scholarship given by Government of India, and this is exclusively only for Nepali students. So it is given by the Embassy of India in Nepal, and it provides scholarship for Nepali students in top Indian universities and undergraduate courses only. It is only for UG courses, and it is given in top universities like KIIT. These are the courses that are offered under the Complex Nepal scholarship. So not all courses, like you won't find BBA or different courses. There are very limited courses which are offered under this scholarship, that is engineering, pharmacy, agriculture, food technology, and nursing. These are only the five courses that are offered. The seats are also very limited. There are around 220 seats under this scholarship for Nepal, and majority of seats go to BE. The majority of seats go to BTech, and other seats are divided amongst pharmacy, agriculture, food technology, nursing, etc. Going ahead, this is the timeline for this year. So the Complex Scholarship timeline. The opening date is 16 July. It has already opened. The form has opened. It is available on the Indian Embassy's website. You can go there and check out different things about the scholarship. Uh, just a second. Yeah. So it has already opened, and the first day to apply was 15 July 2021. The form is open till 4th of August. Make sure when you apply, you submit your forms before 4th of August. There's also a fee that needs to be paid with the Complex Scholarship. That is about 400 Nepalese rupees that you need to pay under for applying for the Complex Scholarship. So you have to pay that money through the Nepal SBI Bank by 6th of August 2021. And then there is the step two completion that you have to do, and you have to complete it by 8th of August. The step two is usually that you upload this receipt that you get, and you make sure that your money is deposited with the bank with the embassy. Okay. The eligibility criteria for complex is that the applicant should hold a Nepali citizenship. So in case you don't have a citizenship, you won't be able to apply for this scholarship. You need to have this Nepali citizenship or any other relevant document like a passport to identify yourself as a Nepali citizen. The minimum age required is 16 years, and the maximum is 23 years. So you need to be between 16 to 23 years to apply for this scholarship. Candidates who have already passed class 12 or equivalent, like if you have already passed class 12, you can apply. But in case you have not passed class 12, you have to, like, you can apply, but you have to get a letter from your principal. So a letter needs to be written by your principal stating what subjects are you studying, and you are giving the exam in 2021. So there's a format available with admins that you can access, and in the same format you have to get a letter from the principal of your school in case you are an appearing candidate, in case you have not passed class 12. In case you have passed class 12, you have to put in your marks, your physics, chemistry, math, and English marks. So this is the kind of criteria, the basic criteria for different courses. For example, BE, let's see, you have to have 60% marks in aggregate and 50% marks in English. Okay, so you have to convert your marks. The conversion is written behind your mark sheet. So anyone who has your class 12 mark sheet, if you turn it over, you will find the conversion. Using that, you have to calculate what are your marks in percentage. You have to make sure that in physics, chemistry, and math, you have 60% marks at least. So it is individually that you have physics, chemistry, and math have more than 60% marks. So if your marks are less than 60% in any of the subjects or over aggregate, you won't be eligible for the scholarship. So make sure you satisfy these criteria. Okay. Similar, it's for BSc Agriculture, Pharma, Technology, and Nursing. KIT is offering 2 courses here through Compass Scholarship, BE and BSc Nursing. So if you want to study in KIT, you can apply for either BE or BSc Nursing. From this year, Compex, like from last year, Compex is an online proctored exam due to the pandemic. They are before 2020, the exam used to happen at centers in Kathmandu where you had to go to a center, sit there and give the exam. But from last year, it has become similar to Pragati exam where you have to sit at your home and give the exam. You don't need to go travel anywhere. You are monitored through an online proctored system. So what is an online proctor system? Online proctor refers to digital form of assessment. It allows you to sit in exams from any location. During online proctoring, the software monitors you. It tracks you what you are doing, and this software is free from fraud. And it tracks everything. So what happens is it can detect whenever different software is opened or there's another person in the room or you look somewhere else except the screen. So it tracks all these things and you are not able to cheat. So it is a very, very smart system. It is an artificial intelligence system which monitors all your activities, and there is a physical proctor sitting behind which can see whether there's a physical proctor sitting behind which can see what you are doing. And in case you are found cheating, the physical proctor can stop your exam or raise a red flag and ask you to show your surroundings and all those things. So make sure you do not do any kind of cheating when you're giving this exam. This is a very, very this exam is controlled very heavily by online proctors, and it is monitored very carefully. Okay. So as I have already told you, Government of India program, under this scholarship, you get scholarship plus flight tickets plus a stipend as well. So like in Study India, you just get scholarship, but in Compex, you even get your flight tickets and stipend when you apply, when you get the scholarship. And you can only put applications in top universities like KIIT. There are approx 220 seats, out of which 160 seats are for BTech BE, Bachelor of Engineering. And the scholarship is granted based on the exam called Compex exam. Okay. I tell you a little bit about Compex exam as well. So it is a multiple choice exam where you are given 4 choices, out of which one you have to select one. So this is the kind of exam you need to give. For example, you apply for engineering. You apply for engineering, you will have to give for physics, English, chemistry, and math. For example, you applied for nursing, so you won't need to give mathematics. You will have to give biology. So it depends on the course you apply, which subject you would have to give the exam for. It is a 30-mark paper for physics, English, each subject, and you get 60 minutes to answer these. There's no negative marking. So best part is that there's no negative marking. So you can attempt all the questions and get a good score. So you have to make sure that you attempt all the questions when this exam happens. This exam is scheduled to happen in 4th week of August as per the notification by the embassy. So 4th week of August, like end of August, you will have this exam tentatively. I've already shown this. It is a MCQ. Yes. Is KIT a part of Compex? Yes, KIT is part of this scholarship program. We are offering these courses right now under the scholarship scheme, that is computer science, engineering, civil, mechanical, automobile, electrical, electronics and telecommunication, information technology, electronics and electrical engineering, electronics and instrumentation, aerospace, mechatronics, production engineering, electronics and computer science, electronics and control, communication, computer science and communication engineering, computer science system engineering, and finally nursing. So we are offering all these courses under the scholarship. So you can apply to any of these courses under the scholarship. You like usually you have to apply for at least three choices in a university. So you can, while filling the form, you will understand. In case you have any queries, you can always contact admins. They will help you out. Why KIT should be a first choice? So I will tell you about some reasons why. So there are multiple universities that are available under the complex scholarship, but why KIT should be a first choice? I'll tell you in four different headers why KIT should be a first choice. First is academic, second is placement, third is infrastructure, and fourth is location. I'll expand a little bit on that. So why KIT academics? So KIT provides students opportunity to learn from very best teachers. So we have one of the best faculties in the country. We have a very good ratio. So if you see here, we have a teacher to student ratio 1:12. So there is a teacher for every 12 students. So what happens is as this ratio is very low, a teacher is able to concentrate a lot more on the student. You get one-to-one interactions. You get a lot more like doubt solving and all those things. You get time for all those things. Thus, because we have a lot of teachers, they are able to focus much more on students. And all our faculty come from very reputed institutes like IISc, IITs, IIMs, XLRI, JNU, and such big universities that have come here. They are also working on researches while they also teach you. Also, they have a lot of research that is going on so that they can bring you examples from the research, some practical examples from the research. KIT believes in learning-based outcomes. So our curriculum is designed like on the so that with your learning you can get something in the future. You can get a good job, you can make a career, or you can start your own startup. Okay. uh, so we keep on doing a review of our courses and similar courses for reputed universities in India and abroad. So we keep on getting feedback from different people, and we keep on revising our syllabus, our courses, so that it matches with the industry standards. Also, it matches with the current time, and especially engineering. If you see engineering, it is a very fast developing system which changes every year. Every few years, the thing changes. For example, in computer science engineering, the coding languages change very quickly. Some of you whose father would have done computer science engineering or something like that, they would have done their coding, most of the coding in C++, Java, or C. Most of the people who do the coding today do it in Python, R. So the things have changed drastically. Now, going forward, the new languages are coming up, and the course curriculum keeps on revising. Thus, we take care of this in our academics, and our teachers and our curriculum keeps on getting revised every few years. You get a right to choose. Now, what happens is when you would open the complex form, you'll see a lot of universities give you very specialized courses. Like for example, computer science engineering with artificial intelligence, computer science engineering with machine learning, computer science engineering with cybersecurity. Now, how much do you know about all these subjects like cybersecurity or machine learning or artificial intelligence? How sure are you that if you take the course, you will understand everything? It would be of your interest. Today, it's a buzzword for you. Today, it sounds very attractive, like artificial intelligence, machine learning. But when you dive into the course material, the course curriculum, you will understand that it is not for you or something like that. So what we give you is that our university offers a very generic program. We offer generic courses like computer science engineering. Now, under this engineering, after 2 years, for 2 years you study everything. You study machine learning, you study artificial intelligence, you study everything. Okay. Then you decide what I want to do after 2 years. I want to go into this direction. I want to go in that direction. You can even make projects on those. You get teacher guidance on those. So you get a freedom to choose. You're not bound by the course which you selected in the beginning. Like you're in class 12 right now, or just past class 12. You won't have much experience in these fields. For example, blockchain. How much experience would you have? Not many people have. Like blockchain is a very new technology, so not many people would have much experience. So it takes time to develop courses. So it's better that instead of committing in the beginning, you take your time. You study everything for 2 years, then decide what you want to take as your major, as a specialization, and you move forward in that. So we as KIT give you the right to choose. Then coming to the placement, in India only, we as a university do not differentiate between Indians and Nepali students in terms of placement. So KIT offers pretty good placements to all Indians and Nepali students. We have a record of 100% placement across years, and we get very good packages. You can study more about placements on our website called placements.kit.ac.in. The whole reports are available for every year. Even last year, in the mid of pandemic, we were able to place all our students. So the placements are very good. You can even talk to some of your seniors who are currently studying in KIT or passed out of KIT. They have got pretty good jobs after studying from KIT. Then infrastructure. One of our strongest point is we have only one campus. Now what happens is a lot of universities have opened a lot of campuses. So one campus would be in XYZ location, the other campus would be in ABC location. How do you know which campus is good? Like the university would be good, but how do you know which campus is good? Which campus has the best faculty? Now that creates a confusion because the faculty keeps on moving from one campus to another campus, and faculty is something that runs a university. Okay, the university gets its repute, its good students, like all the uh, like all the good faculty at one location makes a benefit for the students because they get to interact with these faculty. Instead, these faculty are roaming between two campuses or three campuses. They won't be able to interact so much. So that's why KIT believes in one campus theory, and we have only one campus, which is our only campus, which is the best campus. So you do not need to think much about that, and you don't need to worry that in case you get this scholarship through Complex, you will be sent to another campus, which is not the main campus. So in KIT, you will always get the main campus. Modern classrooms, these are the kind of classrooms that you get once you start studying in KIIT. Classrooms with like air conditioned classrooms with smartboard facilities and projector facilities. Uh, Apply as you learn. So this is just an example of the computer science laboratories we have. So these are just the labs we have for computer science. So you can learn so many things in these labs. It starts from C, C++, Java to hardware as well. So you get to know all these things. There are multiple labs where you can even do high-end computation, which requires a lot of processing power. So we have such kind of equipment available inside our university. Okay. So all these things make it as a good prospect if you want to study in India. Then location. So we are situated in Bhubaneswar, which is the capital city of Odisha. So can anyone tell me, like, if I divide India into four parts, north, south, east, west, which part of the country is KIT in? Like, which quadrant would KIT fall in? North, south, east, west. Put in the chat. Okay, anyone else? Samir has answered. Anyone else who wants to answer? Just say north, south, east, or west. Okay, yes, most of you know it. It's in the east. Now, if we take this as India, Nepal would be here somewhere. Okay. Now, the benefit you get while studying in KIIT is it is pretty close. In terms of distance, if you see, KIT and Nepal, like the Tarai region of Nepal, is pretty close. Okay. So you get a lot of benefits. What do I mean by benefits? Now, for example, first of all, let's talk a little bit about Bhubaneswar. Bhubaneswar is one of the first smart cities in the country. It is one of the best cities in the country to live in. We have been given it was featured in the top 20 global cities of the world in the Global Smart City Performance Index, according to a survey by a UK-based Juniper Research. The city was a member of a list that includes Singapore, San Francisco, London, New York. So you can understand the kind of quality that Bhubaneswar has to provide. And under Complex, a student gets two-way airfare tickets. So what happens is, once you get the scholarship, you will get one ticket to go from Nepal to the campus. And after 4 years, once you have completed your course, you will get another ticket to go back to Nepal. Okay. But what about all the other times you travel? You won't get any money. You understand? You won't get any money for all the other times that you travel in between. And as we know, Nepali students travel mostly in every semester break. In every semester break, you would love to go back to your families and meet them. So you would be traveling around, like for every year, you would be traveling at least twice. So it is around 6 to 7 times that you will travel, which is different from the first and the last travel. Okay. So who will pay for that? How will you arrange money for that? Now you can take a flight. Now a flight would cost you at least 5 to 6 thousand IC. Even if you take the shortest flight, it will cost you that much. Uh, so it does not make sense that you choose a city which is away from Nepal. And Bhubaneswar gives you that help. Like Bhubaneswar to Nepal, you can do it in less than 1,000 rupees. There is a train. There are trains that run from the bordering regions to Bhubaneswar, which you can take, and you can do a to and fro from Bhubaneswar to Nepal, Nepal to Bhubaneswar in less than rupees 1,000. Okay, so you save a lot of money. At the end of the day, location is also important. For example, you were somewhere in the south, you get a university in the south. The only way that you can travel is through airfare, because any train would at least take 36 to 48 hours at least, and that is a lot of time. And usually the semester breaks are not so long that you travel like 2 days to your city and 2 days back. Like 4 days you are only spending in the train. So you should understand that location matters, and the closer you are to home, the better it's for you. Now, in case you have any queries, you can ask in the chat. Uh, so we don't have percent system. We get our class 12 result in grade. So Ravi, for this, please get in touch with admins. They will help you convert your grade into percentage. Okay. So that won't be an issue. You will get your grades converted into percentage. Just contact admins. It is also given behind your mark sheet how to convert. So regarding placements, you can easily see our report. Go to placements.kit.ac.in. You will find all those details there. So because I do not want to be misquoted, that's why I'm saying that you can go there and check it there. So Ashish, yes, most of all citizenship. So all citizenship in Nepal are in half in English, half in Nepali. So that does not matter. Embassy accepts that. So what you need to do is the uh, the the citizenship is also it it needs to be notarized by a lawyer as well. So once you get in touch with the admins, they will help you out. There are a lot of processes. Like compact form is not as easy as a study India form, where you just go online and fill the form and it's done. In compact, you need to do some extra steps. In case you are an appearing student, you need to go to your principal, ask them to write a letter. Okay, that needs to be submitted. In case you have passed class 12, your citizenship still needs to be notarized by a lawyer. Then after that, you have to go physically and submit 400 NPR. Okay, so there are a lot of steps that are involved. So it's not as easy as study in India, where you can fill the form in just half an hour or 1 hour. This would take time, and that's why you need guidance. And that's why I will say, like this, how to fill your form accurately. Go to admin, talk to them, go to their office in Kathmandu, or talk to them online, and they'll help you out, because it is very tricky. In case you do anything wrong, even if a small thing is wrong in your form, the scholarship would be straight away cancelled. There won't be any questions asked. Scholarship would be cancelled by the embassy. So do make sure that you fill your form accurately, your grade conversion is correct, and you do all these steps like pay the 400 NPR, have your citizenship notarized, and all those things. Uh, how to convert it into English? That is done by the please Ashish, for this doubt, please get in touch with the admins. They will help you out. So in terms of security, okay, G1 is asking about security for foreign students. So all foreign students would get a different hostel. All foreign students get a different hostel altogether. So, and in terms of security, we have around 3,000 plus CCTV cameras inside the campus. Plus, there is a complete there is security staff everywhere inside the campus to keep to have to feel to make you feel secure. Plus, if you see, so as for Bhubaneswar, Bhubaneswar is a very, very friendly city. It is a very safe and secure city. So it has a very, very low crime rate. Okay, so you don't need to worry about that. We have been getting students from Nepal from around 2002, 2003, and we have not faced any issue till date. Okay. So the complex exam would be in fourth week of August. It's still time, like in a month, and it can shift because your some like the 12th board exams have also been announced. So it would be just after that, after 12th board exam, most probably. So how many seats available in complex? There are around 220 seats that are available in complex. Out of that, roughly around 160 are for BTech and the rest are for the other subjects. Okay, I think so. Just make sure that you submit your form. Like you have your exam. I understand that you most of you would have your Pragati exam on 25th, but make sure you submit your form before 4th. Okay, and in case you are an appearing student, in case you are a student who is going to who has not got his 12th class mark sheet, please get in touch with admin today itself because it will take time. The things you have to do, it will take time. So that's why. In case you have passed class 12, you can start getting your citizenship notarized and all these things get done. Okay. It is not an easy form. It takes time and it uh, uh, Angel, Angel, I don't think we offer this course that you are asking. BSc Physics, we are not offering through Complex, obviously. Complex does not offer through Complex we do not offer this subject. We can only offer these four subjects out of which we are offering DE, that is Bachelor of Technology and BSc Nursing. Okay. Yes, Ashish. Yes. So Ashish has really has said that we will have our 12th exam, I guess, during fourth week. Yes. So obviously then the complex exam would be shifted a little bit. But it would happen in like last week of August or first week of September only because they would have to release the results and from 1st October, most of the universities have to start their classes. All the universities in India have to start their classes. So they have to release the results before that only. Okay, guys. I think that's it for today. In case you have any more queries, doubts, you can always get in touch with admin. They'll help you out. Uh, they have a lot of experience in placing students to complex as well as study in India. And all the best for your exams. All the best for the Pragati exam. And I hope you select it as first choice in complex as well. Thank you so much.